The chairperson of the Financial and Fiscal Commission says it is disingenuous of the department to declare a saving while millions of South Africans are applying for the grant and not being approved. She says the so-called saving is particularly baffling due to the increased public demand for social grants during the cost of living crisis and increased poverty and social distress.
Some of the reasons that this money was not spent is essentially because there was some gatekeeping through the process of application. If you remember, when you apply for the SRD grant, is through an online system where you apply and your details are processed. So many people who apply will need to have stable internet access. Those who do not have will have to go to their post office, which is an agent for the department, and they will also do the same thing and facilitate the application process essentially through the online system. So the challenge here is that many people do not have access to internet or to data. Many people live in outlying areas, rural areas, and even those who are in urban areas are having data that is stable. To actually do the entire application process is a challenge.
She points out that the department expected a huge increase in applications and grant uptake. And while millions of South Africans are applying for the grant, many are not being approved, saying this further raises questions about the effective implementation of the grant.
It is disingenuous for government to claim that this was a saving, because we need to be very careful when we speak about savings and money that was not used. Because if you save, it means that you intentionally put aside specific amounts of money for future use. In this instance, the 1.8 billion rand, which was not used by government, which was not used by the social development, the money which did not reach the poor out there, the 1.8 billion cannot be construed to be a saving. Actually, it is a result, perhaps, we can argue, of poor implementation.
Dr. Mbava says government should come to a concrete decision about the grant because it has been extended 3 times already.
There is a lot of uncertainty for the 7.4 million of people out there who rely on this social grant. So by the time this SRD comes to an end, they will be uncertain as to whether they qualify.
The Commission says it is researching the fiscal incidence of the social grants and whether the basic income grant is feasible in the current fiscal climate. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Johannesburg.